It's United East Conference baseball from Aurora, New York, as the Wells College Express hosts the Penn State Harrisburg Nittany Lions for a doubleheader beginning with Game 1 of this three-game series. The Express, they've got quite the challenge ahead of them, hosting one of the top teams in the conference in Region 4 and in college baseball, receiving votes in the national poll. The reigning champion Nittany Lions, and they're in search of their third straight conference championship, entering this one at 24-7 on the season and 14-1 in conference play, while the Express enter the three-game set, 10-20 overall and 4-11 in United East Conference play this season. On the mound for the Express is right-hander Jonathan Haynes, making his 9th start of the year and his 10th appearance on the season. He enters today's matchup 1-3 with a 5.28 ERA, and here is the Nittany Lion, which he will oppose, presented by 13th-year head coach Ryan Brown and assistants Billy Davis, Bill Sassman, Dennis Bailey, and John Cleary. Leading it off in right field is the senior Dallas Height. Hitting second is Brendan Henn. At second base, Matt Parks. He hits third and the designated hitter. Hitting four and doing the cleanup in left field, Kevin Leonard. Maddox Ryan hitting fifth. At first base, hitting sixth, Carlos Irizarry. He's the shortstop in this one. Blaine Waltemeyer is the third baseman, hitting seventh. Drew Bechtold is the backstop, hitting eighth. And rounding out the order is Lucas Floyd in center field for the Nittany Lions. Fisher Druck, the freshman, one of the top pitchers in the conference this season, on the mound for the Nittany Lions, who step up to the plate. It's Dallas Height, the senior right fielder, with a .380 average on the season. Jonathan Haynes kicks in, deals. We are underway. First pitch is up and out for a ball on Height. 6 homers, 32 RBI on a spectacular campaign, as that one is fouled back. So it goes 1-1. The senior at the top of the Nittany Lion order, breaking ball away from Haynes. It's 1-1. 2022 second team all conference and all region with a .332 average. And the 2-1, a fastball up and in, so it now goes 3-1 on the leadoff hitter. A 1.079 OPS for Height. And the 3-1 is going to be grounded to the second baseman, Odom, who picks it up onto first for the out. So Height gets jammed on the inside pitch, grounds it to second base. Odom picks it up, and there's one out here in the top of the first from the Wells Athletic Complex on the campus of Wells College in Aurora, New York, for some United East Conference baseball, as Brendan Henn, the second baseman and sophomore, digs in from the right side against Haynes, whose first pitch is a breaking ball away. Henn, the sophomore, a .347 average on the season with 4 homers. And the 1-0. Fastball just upstairs for a ball out of the hand of Haynes. Haynes, the Washington and Jefferson transfer, where he had a 5.40 ERA last season, as the fastball in there for a called strike. So it goes 2-1. Haynes, the sophomore right-hander, deals. Fastball hit down the right field line. Going back in deep right field is Horn. And he will make the play in deep right field. Couldn't see that one, just out of the eyes, or cut off by the fence in left field, and unable to see if that one was caught in deep right field from the press box in center field, but it was caught by Horn in right. So that brings up Matt Parks with 2 outs. Parks, the left-handed slugger, a .327 average, an OPS of 1,000 on the season, as Haynes deals. Fastball in there for a called strike. Low and away. Park, another one of those most dangerous hitters in the conference on this dangerous team. A fastball low for a ball. As I mentioned, Harrisburg looking for their third straight conference championship after beating Abington in the championship last year, as the breaking ball low and away makes it 2-1. Parks, 25th in the nation with 43 runs scored on the season. The 2-1 pitch from Haynes. His fastball fouled down the first base line, bouncing off the fence behind the Wells dugout. Defensively, it's Young at first, Odom at second, Mani at short, Phillips at third. Izquierdo behind the plate for the Express. From left to right, McLean, Odom, and Horn. A long pause from Haynes on the mound. And Wells skipper Coach Stevens popping out of the dugout quickly to have a brief conversation with the home plate umpire. But the pitch from Haynes, breaking ball away. That's ball 4. And a 2-out walk for Matt Parks will bring up the cleanup hitter for this Penn State Harrisburg team, Kevin Leonard. And we've already seen some sluggers in this lineup, but Leonard, the junior, tops them all. His .480 average, 8th in the nation, as he skies one shallow right field hooking foul, and it will be foul just out of play. His .850 slugging percentage, 18th in the nation, a 14.07 OPS for Leonard. As the 0-1 low for a ball, so it goes 1-1. And I mentioned Haynes, the transfer after spending his freshman year at Washington and Jefferson. A two-way player for the Express as the runner's off. Pitch in the dirt. Izquierdo throws down to second, not in time. So Parks gets the stolen base. And now a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Harrisburg. The 12th stolen base of the year for Parks. And this is a Harrisburg team that loves to run on the bases. They're 69 for 83, now 70 for 84. First in the conference in stolen bases. A long pause for Haynes. The pitch to Leonard. It's a breaking ball low and away. Leonard pulls back and does not offer after bringing the bat off the shoulders. Had a good pitch outside, out of the hand of Haynes. From Arkport, New York, he deals. Fastball upstairs, and it's a high fly ball. Deep left center field. Bye-bye baseball. Kevin Leonard, home run number 10 on the season. And Harrisburg jumps out to a 2-0 lead here in the top of the first. The center fielder Odom looked up. He barely even moved. That ball absolutely smoked off the bat of Leonard. Parks comes in to score, and it is 2-0 Harrisburg here in the first with 2 outs. RBIs 34 and 35 on the year for Leonard, who continues his tear. That'll bring up Maddox Ryan, the senior first baseman, who shows bunt, pulls back, or they'll say he did indeed offer it that one. Did not pull back in time. So it's an 0-1 count on Ryan, and man, what a season Kevin Leonard has put together. As the 0-1 is swung on and chopped up the middle of base hit. That one just skipping off the mound, out of the reach of Haynes. Didn't have time to react. That one was so hard hit that it skips all the way into center field. So after the 2-out walk, then the 2-run homer. And back again, or the Nittany Lions bats with the base hit by Ryan. So Carlos Irizarry will now dig in with a runner on first. Good speed for Ryan over at first base. He's got 6 stolen bases on the year, and that first pitch is a shallow fly ball. It's in the infield on the left side. Mani, the shortstop, under it, and he makes the play to retire the side, but not before. This 2-run homer off the bat of Kevin Leonard for his 10th homer of the year, and we will keep it right here as we give you the offensive outlook for the Express as they head back to the dugout. And we'll step into the batter's box. And this is the lineup that third-year head coach Ryan Stevens will present, assisted by Jared Strait, Ian Crawford, and Joe Cuddy. The Twins back at the top of the order. It's Max Odom, the junior at second base, leading it off, and his twin brother, Zach Odom, hitting second in center field, hitting third for the Express. His first time in the 3 spot this year is Jacoby James, the designated hitter, doing the cleanup. Back in the lineup is Aaron Izquierdo. He's doing the catching. Lance Phillips hitting fifth at third base. Chris McLean, he hits sixth in left field. Joe Horn is the right fielder, hitting seventh. Zach Young at first base, hitting eighth. Nick Manee on the mound, or hitting ninth rather, for the Express. He's playing shortstop, and Jonathan Haynes, as we saw, on the mound for the Express, and they will face off with, we mentioned some of the top batters in the conference on this Harrisburg team. Well, there's a reason why they're receiving votes in the national poll and are 14-1 in conference play. They had a 16-game win streak snapped by Penn College this past weekend. We mentioned their bats. They can do it on the mound as well, and they'll throw one of their top pitchers in the rotation. Their typical Friday night starter, it's Fisher Druck on the bump. The right-hander, 6'4", 218, the freshman from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and he enters this one 5-0 on the year, 7 starts, 8 appearances, 38 innings pitched, and a 2.61 ERA with 30 strikeouts to 8 walks. And I mentioned one of the top pitchers in the conference. Fisher leads the entire conference with that 2.61 ERA. Second in the conference with opponents hitting 203 against him. Tied for top in the conference with 5 wins. A force to be reckoned with on the mound. And he'll face the top of the order, Max Odom. Odom digs in from the right side. The first pitch he sees in there for a called strike. Nips the outside corner, so it goes 0-1 on the leadoff hitter. A 295 average, 358 on base percentage. And the pitch. Swung on and grounded sharply to the second baseman. Hen throws on to first just in time. Odom quickly down the line, but the throw just beats him. It's Matt Parks at third base for the Nittany Lions. Playing shortstop, Irizarry. At first base is Ryan after the play by Hen. That one in there for a called strike to Zach Odom. It's Height Floyd Leonard, left to right in the outfield. And behind the plate, Drew Bechtold, the junior, as the 0-1. Catches the outside corner as well. It's quickly 0-2 on Zach Odom, the 2-hitter. A 319 average, 374 OBP. The 0-2. It's a big breaking ball upstairs. So a 1-2 count on the 2-hitter for the Express. It's a breaking ball again upstairs. And the curveball. Nittany Lions, white pants, navy blue jerseys with white numbering and lettering. 2-2. Fastball's hit high into center field. It's deep. Taking a step out, then taking a step in is the center fielder, Floyd. So Odom is retired on a hard hit ball to center. Harrisburg across the chest in white lettering with the number 7 on the lower chest, or the numbering on the lower chest and behind the back. An H in navy blue caps, as the first pitch to Jacoby James is a breaking ball in there for a called strike. The Express in all white uniforms with Wells across the chest, as the 0-1 to James is outside. And in red lettering on the front is the number, and on the back in black lettering with a red outline. Black caps, red W on the hats for the Express. So a 2-1 count on Jacoby James, the 3-hitter. And a breaking ball, a quite nice one. Out of the hand of Fisher, dropped in there. So the count now 2-2 on the 3-hitter and freshman James. Fastball in there, called strike 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Fisher, who retains a 2-0 lead for the Nittany Lions as they head to the dugout. And we head to the top of the second inning, 2-0 after the 1-2-3 inning here on Wells Athletics. We return in the top of the second on Wells Athletics. It's a 2-0 lead for the Penn State Harrisburg Nittany Lions after the 2-run homer with 2 outs by Kevin Leonard in the first. Jonathan Haynes back out of the mound, and the first pitch is in there, or rather just outside for a ball. Goes 1-0. And now showing bunt and bunting it down the line, and foul is Waltmeyer. The last-minute addition to this Harrisburg lineup. Playing shortstop, or rather playing third base now after a couple last-minute switches in the lineup. And it's 1-1 as Haynes kicks in deals to the lefty. That one low and away with the fastball. Haynes, 46 innings this season, the 5.28 ERA. And 2-2. Fastball away. Rather, that was the 2-1. The fastball away now makes it 3-1. 28 strikeouts in those 46 innings for Haynes. And the fastball swung on and missed. That's strike 3, rather. The first pitch was a strike, and it's the first strikeout of the afternoon for Haynes as Waltmeyer goes down swinging. And there's 1 out here in the top of the second as Drew Bechtold will dig in, the junior catcher with a .239 average on the season. Only 46 at-bats entering today. First pitch breaking ball in there for a called strike. Catches the top of the zone. Haynes a 1-3 record on the year. And the 0-1, just low and away on the fastball by Haynes. The sophomore from Arkport, New York. As I mentioned, a two-way player as well, hitting .224 with 2 homers on this season for the Express. As the breaking ball, a big swing and a miss by Bechtold. So the count goes 1-2 on the Harrisburg backstop. A long pause for Haynes. Looks into the glove. Comes home. The pitch. Breaking ball. It's a high fly ball. Foul territory. Giving chases to third baseman Phillips at the fence, and he can't make the play as that one just bounces out of his reach and beyond the fence. So staying alive is Bechtold. .239 average. .649 OPS. And 10 RBI on the year for the junior. Haynes, the righty, deals. Breaking ball just low and away. So 2-2 count now. Haynes' pitch is a breaking ball fouled away off the facing of the Nittany Lions dugout on the third base side. Nittany Lions currently at the top of the conference. 3 games ahead of Penn, who snapped Harrisburg's 16-game losing streak this weekend. Fastball waved at and missed. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts in the second inning for Jonathan Haynes, and there's 2 down. So that brings up the 9-hitter Lucas Floyd. Another lefty in this Harrisburg lineup. After the back-to-back K's by Haynes, who winds in deals. First pitch, breaking ball, in there for a called strike on the outside corner. Wind blowing right to left, towards left field, and out. There's that one in there for a called strike, and it's 0-2. Haynes will walk around the mound, looks back in. Working quickly, looking to get 3 Ks in a row. How about it? Fastball just outside. Izquierdo setting up well away. So the 1-2 by Haynes. Fastball swung on grounded to second base. It's Odom who picks up on a hop and on to first for the out. A 1-2-3 inning for Jonathan Haynes and the Express, who come to bat in the bottom of the second, down by 2. It's 2-0 here on Wells Athletics. And we return on Wells Athletics. Eli Fishman alongside with you. It's a 2-0 ball game here in the bottom of the second after the 1-2-3 inning by Jonathan Haynes on the mound following the first inning homer from Kevin Leonard, which gave Harrisburg that 2-0 lead. 4-5-6 due up for the Express, and is Izquierdo, who chops one to shortstop. Irizarry onto first and in time. So one pitch, one out for Druck Fisher here in the second on the ground ball off the bat of Izquierdo. And Lance Phillips will dig in for the Express. Phillips, a .346 average on the season on a .449 on-base percentage for the freshman, playing third base for the Express today. Quite the impressive freshman campaign for Phillips, who grounds a first pitch breaking ball on hop to shortstop. Irizarry again. A tough throw in the dirt. It's scooped up by the first baseman, Ryan. And 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the second for Fisher, who's retired the first 5 he's faced in order after back-to-back ground balls on back-to-back pitches here in the second. And Chris McLean will dig in. McLean, only his second game started on the season, and it comes in a big conference game for the Express. First pitch he sees is a fastball. There for a called strike on the outside corner. McLean, the left fielder, 1 for 5 at the plate on the year. Fastball upstairs, it's 1-1. 2 stolen bases for McLean on the year in his limited action, as that one fouled off towards the on-deck circle where Joe Horn awaits his potential opportunity. And the catcher, Bechtold, is down on that play. I guess that hit him first and skipped off his knee guard, because that took a big ricochet towards the on-deck circle. And the home plate umpire is going to take a slow walk out to the mound to hand the ball to Fisher himself. Give Bechtold some time. He's all right, as Fisher hops back onto the mound. And the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. So the count goes 1-2 on McLean. The 1-2. Breaking ball low and away. It's 2-2 now. Fisher looking to retire the side in order for the second straight inning. The 2-2. Swung on and fouled back, out of play. So still 2-2. As Fisher winds, deals, breaking ball off the head of McLean. The first base runner of the day comes via the hit by pitch. A hard 90 for McLean. Down to first base. It's the first Express to reach today. Comes via the hit by pitch, and a base runner with some speed at first, with 2 outs for Wells. And the tying run steps to the plate. It's Joe Horn, the right fielder for Wells. And the first pitch he sees is roped into left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Advancing to second base is McLean, and back-to-back base runners after the first hit of the day for the Express. So the 8-hitter and Zach Young will dig in, and Young's been clutch so far for the Express. 19 RBI on the year. That leads the team. He digs in with 2 runners on. First pitch he sees, breaking ball low and away to the right-handed slugger. Young, the freshman from Chenango Forks, New York, from a Section 4 powerhouse in Chenango Forks High School. And the 1-0 in there for a called strike to make it 1-1 on Young. Another two-way player on this Wells team, getting some experience in relief as well. And the 1-1 is a breaking ball upstairs, so it goes 2-1. A .275 average, .327 on-base percentage for Young. With runners on first and second, 2 outs. That one a breaking ball outside. So the count now 3-1. Manny on deck, the 9-hitter. It's a 3-1 count on Young. Runners on first and seconds, 2 outs. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. A big swing, 3-1. As Young wanted that one. He got a good fastball over the heart of the plate by Fisher. Runners off of first and second, 2 outs. Fisher comes set, comes home. The payoff pitch, it's low and away, ball 4. And the bases have now been walked loaded by Fisher, uncharacteristically for the 9-hitter, Nick Maney, to dig in. Maney, 4 hits in 8 games started, with 4 runs scored for the Express. And the bases juiced with the game-tying run on second base. Some drama early in this one. The first pitch Maney sees. Upstairs for a ball, it's 1-0. Maney, the freshman from Kenilworth, New Jersey. Up in a big spot with the bases juiced. Fastball called strike, outside corner. Catches the low away corner. So now 1-1. Pair of RBIs on the year for Maney. Looking to add some here. The pitch, breaking ball. That went in there for a called strike. Catches the top of the zone. So it's 1-2. Fisher looking to get out of the jam. Bases loaded. The pitch swung on and fouled off. That was a breaking ball outside, and a desperation wave gets a piece on it to stay alive. Here in the bottom of the second, bases juiced with a tying run off second. 1-2. Just low for a ball. And Nick Maney staying alive, putting up a good fight as it's now 2-2. Bases juiced. 2 outs. A 2-2 count. And the pitch. Breaking ball up and in. Or they'll say, looks like that one was caught the zone. So it's strike 3. And going down looking is Maney. So the side is retired. Bases left loaded despite the hit. Nothing working. 3 stranded for the Express. It's a 2-0 ball game as we head to the third. Top of the third, and it's a 2-run ball game as the Harrisburg Nittany Lions lead the Wells Express by a score of 2-0. Jonathan Haynes back out onto the mound. After retiring the side in order in the second, he'll face the top of the order in Dallas Height, who takes the first pitch, breaking ball low and away. Dramatics for Wells in the bottom of the second, working the bases loaded, but Nick Maney strikes out looking to end the inning after putting up a good battle. Working the count to 3-2, but takes the called strike 3, and it's still a 2-0 ball game with Harrisburg leading. Height, a ground ball to second base in his last at-bat. Haynes retired the first 2 in the first before a walk, and then the Kevin Leonard 2-run homer to give us the current score. Fastball, low and away to Height. A big out for Haynes in the top of this Harrisburg order. Breaking ball upstairs, slips away, goes all the way to the backstop, and it's a leadoff walk for Height here in the top of the third. It's the second walk allowed by Haynes, and Brendan Henn will dig in. A fly ball to left field in his last at-bat, now with a runner on. Haynes checks the runner on first. Comes home. Runner goes. In there for a strike. Throw down to second base. Not in time. A quick catch and release by Izquierdo. But Henn, a big jump on that one. He gets the stolen base. And now a runner in scoring position. That's the 14th stolen base of the year for Henn. Second for this game by the Nittany Lions. And the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and foul tipped into the glove of Izquierdo. So Henn goes down 0-2. With a lot of speed on second base. And Harrisburg looking to extend their lead. Haynes comes set. Checks the runner at second. Checks him again. Comes home. And that one a high fly ball right side of the infield. Young has it in fair territory behind the first base bag. And makes the play on the infield fly out. So there's one out. After Haynes inducing some weak contact early. After the leadoff walk here in the third, now one out. And Matt Parks will dig in from the left side. He walked and scored in his last at-bat, stole a base as well. And the first pitch to Parks is a breaking ball, swung on deep in right field. Going back is Horn in right, and he makes the play. Tagging up, going from second to third is Height, and he's in there without a throw. That ball well struck to the deepest part of the park in right center field. Big gaps here on this multi-sport field at Wells. A softball and baseball field opposing each other, as well as a soccer field where they play soccer and lacrosse, do the Express. And Leonard digs in. First pitch in there for a called strike to the Harrisburg slugger, who had the 2-run homer in his first at-bat, and another run 90 feet away for Harrisburg. As he takes a breaking ball low and away, it goes 1-1. Haynes looking to win this battle here with a runner on third. Breaking ball, swung on, high fly ball to right center field. Going back is the center fielder Odom. He makes the play in front of the warning track for the third out. Side retired, runner stranded at third base. No hits, nothing working for the Nittany Lions. And the top of the third, we head to the bottom of the frame. Nittany Lions leading 2-0. And we return in the bottom of the third. Wells College baseball on Wells Athletics. from Aurora, New York. Eli Fishman alongside with you, and it's the top of the order due up for the Express. The Odom brothers and Jacoby James, as Max Odom leads off a ground ball to second base in his first at-bat. He takes a breaking ball in there for a called strike on the first pitch from Druck Fisher, who's been dealing so far, straining the bases loaded in the second as the fastball's roped to left field and a base hit that will one-hop the left fielder Height, and a big turnaround first for Odom as that one is bobbled in left field, but a leadoff base hit regardless for the Express, the second hit of the day, allowed by Fisher. So the twin brother Zach Odom will now dig in. He had a hard hit ball to center field, tracked down by Floyd in his first at-bat, as the Express look to get it going, down by 2 here in the bottom of the third. And the first pitch to Odom, in there for a called strike on the low outside corner. A .319 average, 11 RBI for Odom on the year. Looking to knock in his younger brother, or his twin brother rather, who's got a lead off of first. And a sharp ground ball to shortstop. Izzieri to shortstop, to second, on to first for 2, not in time. So they get the lead runner, or they did get him at first base. Just in time was the pick by Ryan. So just like that, 6-4-3 double play, and the leadoff single by Odom is nothing doing after the leadoff single by Odom. So Jacoby James will dig in with a clean slate. He takes a fastball up and in for a ball. So it's 1-0 as Fisher kicks in, deals. Check swing on the fastball. In there for a called strike, or no, they'll check down to first base, and they'll say he didn't go. Looked like a borderline pitch on the black, and a check swing, but he didn't go, was not a strike, as James swings and chops that one foul down the third base line. Coach Stevens trying to make a play in the third base coach's box. One chops over his head, and so it appears a 2-1 count on James. The pitch, breaking ball, dropped in there. Or just low, rather. So it's 3-1. Pitch to James. Fastball, high fly ball, left side of the infield, and that one will reach the grass out of play over the Harrisburg dugout. The pitch. Fastball, that one sky down the right field line, giving chases the right fielder Leonard, but that one's foul. So now a 3-2 count on James, again putting up a good fight against Fisher. And with 2 outs, the payoff pitch swung on, rope down the right field line. That one fouled off again. 4 foul balls now in this lengthy at bat. And the pitch. Breaking ball, chopped foul again. That one towards the on-deck circle on the Penn State side. James. A fight. And it ends with a walk. Fastball inside. It's the second walk of the day. Third free 90, including the hit by pitch. Allowed by Fisher. The 5th base runner for the Express. And now with 2 outs, Aaron Izquierdo digs in from the right side. 0 for 1 with a ground out to short in his first bat of the afternoon. First pitch, breaking ball, in there for a called strike. Out of the hand of the freshman Fisher. Pickoff attempt, back with a dive at first, is James. And Izquierdo from Palisades Park, New Jersey. Pitch to the junior, breaking ball, ducks out of the way. Delayed steal, throw down to second base. Caught dead is James. They tried to catch the defense of Harrisburg sleeping with the delayed steal. But Bechtold says, nah, not on me. Throws down to second, gets James. A walk and a hit for the Express, but both runners erased on the base paths It's still 2-0 as we head to the top of the fourth on Wells Athletics. Five, 6, 7 due up for Penn State Harrisburg, who leads 2-0 over the Wells College Express. Here on the top of the fourth, Jonathan Haynes back out onto the bump. And the first pitch, he's upstairs with the fastball for a ball to Maddox Ryan, the 5-hitter, a single in his last at-bat. And the right-hander Haynes kicks and deals to the lefty, and that one roped up the middle, a base hit on a hop to Odom in center field, scorched right back where it came from. And 2 hits on the day for Maddox Ryan as he leads off the fourth with a single. The only 2 hits since the 2-run homer by Kevin Leonard back in the first, which gave Harrisburg that 2-0 lead. And aside from that, it's been pretty smooth sailing for the right-hander Haynes. But now he's got a threat on first base in Ryan, who's got a lot of speed, and another threat with Irizarry at the plate, who swings and chops the first one foul down the third base line, out of the reach of the third baseman Phillips. And an 0-1 count on Irizarry. An infield fly ball on the left side in his last at-bat to end the first inning. And a pickoff attempt back standing up at first is Ryan. Six stolen bases on the year. And the breaking ball swung on, and that one is going to be grounded into left field, or rather past the diving and making the play at third base is Phillips. He'll throw onto first, but it's not in time. A very nice diving play, diving to his left, able to get the glove on and knock it in front of him, picks it up, throws to first, but unable to beat the speedy Irizarry as the throw wide towards home plate on the right side of the first base bag. So back-to-back singles for Harrisburg here in the fourth, and they're threatening. Runners on first and second for Waltemeyer, who shows bunt. Bunts it down the third base line and foul. So the count will go 0-1 on the left-hander. Waltemeyer, 81 at-bats in 27 games this season. He's got 2 homers and 19 RBI, a .309 average. The freshman utility player manning third base today for Harrisburg, and a pickoff attempt, or stepping off the mound, is Haynes with the leg kick towards second base. Manet covering, making sure Ryan's not going anywhere. As showing bunt again is Waltemeyer. He pulls back at that one as it's low, and the count goes 1-1. 25 hits for Waltemeyer. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Now a 1-1 count with runners on first and second. Showing bunt again, pulling back. Throw down to third, runner goes, but crashing on the play was the third baseman, Phillips. He's unable to get back in time. A good jump for both base runners and a double steal, so now runners on second and third and a 2-1 count. So that's now 4 stolen bases on the day for the Nittany Lions. And the 2-1 pitch to Waltemeyer swung on and chopped just foul down the third base side. Phillips picking it up in fair territory in front of the coach's box. So the count goes 2-2 to Waltemeyer. Looking to knock in some insurance as Harrisburg up by 2 with runners on second and third. And that one, roped shallow center field. Coming in is Odom. Runner's going to tag. It's going to be a throw home, close play, and it'll be cut off. So no play. Sliding in safely is Ryan on the sac fly by Waltemeyer to make this a 3-0 game. Staying at second base was Irizarry on that one. So still a runner on second. 1 out now for Bechtold. As Harrisburg has made this a 3-0 game with their first run since the 2-run homer in the first inning. Checks the runner at second, comes home. First pitch to Bechtold is fouled back and out of play onto the golf course behind the baseball field here in Aurora on the campus of Wells. Just under 900 students here at Wells. Just around 5,000 for Penn State Harrisburg. Big size difference. Fastball upstairs. Makes it 1-1 on Bechtold. He struck out swinging in his first at bat. Irizarry with a big lead off of second. Haynes looks in, gets the sign from Izquierdo, checks the runner again, comes home, breaking ball away. It's going to be smothered. Izquierdo back pick attempted, second base, got him. That one low and away. Izquierdo puts his body in front of it, and caught in between second and third was Irizarry. He's gunned down on the bases by Izquierdo. So now 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. And Haynes kicks and deals. Breaking ball. Just low and away to the right-handed hitting Bechtold. So a 2-2 count now. And pitch. Fastball. In there for a call strike. Rather, it was 2-1. Now it goes 2-2. And the 2-2 offering from Haynes. Well, that was actually the 3-2. And it's ball 4. So another walk. It's the third allowed by Haynes. And a 2-out base runner for Harrisburg. And the 9-hitter, Lucas Floyd, will dig in. Ground ball to second base in his last at-bat. 30 RBI, 1 homer on the season for Floyd, who digs in from the left side with a runner on first. First pitch he sees is a breaking ball. In there for a called strike at the top of the zone. Wells at 10-20, looking to get a big win over a nationally ranked team in Harrisburg. Fastball outside corner, just outside. So the count goes 1-1. Floyd. Breaking ball, swung on, hit sharply. Second baseman Odom flips to shortstop where Mani touches the second base bag. For the third outside, retired. 1 runner left on base. 1 run comes across on the Waltemeyer sac fly. It's 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth on Wells Athletics. It's 4-5-6 due up for the Wells Express, who trail 3-0 to the Nittany Lions. Here in the bottom of the fourth as Aaron Izquierdo digs it off. And the first pitch out of the hand of Fisher is a breaking ball. In there for a called strike at the top of the zone. After Blaine Waltmeyer's sac fly gave the Nittany Lions the 3-0 lead in the top of the frame as the breaking ball low and away. Makes it 1-1 to Izquierdo, who grounded to shortstop in his first at-bat. And the 1-1 offering is a fastball swung on and rope foul off the facing of the Harrisburg dugout on the third base side. Izquierdo with a great play behind the plate in the top of the frame, back-picking the runner Irizarry at second base when he was caught in between second and third. And the breaking ball is going to be grounded. A diving play behind the second base bag by Irizarry onto first, not in time, as Ryan wasn't able to scoop it. That ball looked roped up the middle, and then Irizarry came out of nowhere, diving almost in the outfield grass behind second base to make the play. From his back, throws onto first. Ryan unable to come up with it, as that one was on a couple hops. And a tremendous attempt, but that will go as an infield single for Izquierdo. It's the third hit of the day for the Wells offense. And now Izquierdo off of first as Lance Phillips digs in. And the breaking ball just outside makes it 1-0. Phillips a ground out in his first at-bat back in the second. Entering today with a .346 average as Fisher comes home. It's a fastball up and in. 3 innings, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Now 3 hits allowed for Fisher. With a pickoff attempt back at first, Izquierdo is there standing up. Good speed on the bases for Izquierdo. He's got 8 bags on the year. As the pitch is in there for a called strike, catches the outside corner on the breaking ball to Phillips. A .449 on base percentage entering today for the freshman, who solidified himself at the top of the order and at third base early in his career for the Express. Another step off the mound and throw over to first for Fisher. Izquierdo back easily. He's got a big lead, being paid close attention to as Fisher comes set, and the pitch. Runner goes, throw down to second base, tag applied in time. Izquierdo gets a taste of his own medicine after nabbing a runner on the bases in the top of the frame. Bechtold with a dime down to second base, where Irizarry applies the tag. And just like that, the leadoff single by Wells is erased. As some conversation now by Ryan Brown, the head coach of the Harrisburg team, and the umpires in this one are going to have a quick conversation in front of home plate, probably regarding whether that one was a ball or strike, if I had to guess. And no signed call is made. So Phillips, the pitch, and he gets rung up on the outside corner. It's called strike 3. Third strikeout of the day for Fisher. And now 2 down after the leadoff single gets erased by the caught stealing here in the fourth. Chris McLean digs in from the right side. Hit by a pitch on the head. In his last at-bat, he swings and misses through the fastball. Fisher lines and deals. And a swing and a miss at the breaking ball. So Fisher Druck looking for another 1-2-3 inning. Check swing by McLean. Yes, he did on the inside fastball. It's strike 3 swinging, back-to-back strikeouts, and the inning. 1 hit, nothing left, nothing working for the Express in the fourth as we head to the top of the fifth on Wells Athletics. Top of the fifth is a 3-0 game as Harrisburg leads Wells. The 2-run homer by Leonard, as well as the sac fly by Waltemeyer, as the first pitch is swinging a foul back by the leadoff hitter, Dallas Height. A walk and a ground out in this one. Stole a base the last time he was on as well. And the 0-1. Breaking ball low. Out of the hand of Haynes, who's looked pretty solid so far. 3 earned runs but 2 strikeouts. And only 4 hits allowed. There's a big swing and a miss on the breaking ball by Height. Makes it 1-2. Haynes. 3 strikeouts on the day already. Breaking ball low and away. Rather, 2 already, looking for his third. Now a 2-2 count on Height. The righty Haynes kicks and deals the 2-2. Breaking ball outside. Height doesn't chase, and he's worked the full count. Leadoff hitter Height. A cycle earlier this season, and the fastball in there for called strike 3. A borderline pitch, and Height was ready to take the walk to first base and toss his bat towards the dugout, but it is called strike 3. Third K on the day for Haynes. First batter to go down looking as Hen digs in. The first pitch he sees is a fastball in there for a called strike on the inside corner. Hen 0 for 2 on the day. And count now 0-2. Is that one in there for a called strike? Hen, action in 25 games last year as he takes a breaking ball. In there for called strike 3. Catches the low outside corner. Back-to-back strikeout lookings for Jonathan Haynes. That one is 4th strikeout of the afternoon. Back-to-back Ks. He began the second with back-to-back Ks as well. Does the same in the 5th. All 4 strikeouts coming off consecutively to lead off the innings as Park digs in. Takes a breaking ball in there for a called strike on the outside corner to lead off his at-bat. Parks walked, stole a base, and scored. As it's going to be an offensive timeout for Harrisburg, as Ryan Brown is going to call Parks to the third base coach's box for a little discussion. And Brown was screaming, timeout, timeout, to the home plate umpire. Gets it granted. And has a brief conversation with his 3-hitter in Park. So the 0-2 to Matt Parks. Fastball in the dirt. And it's 1-2. He's taken 3 straight pitches to start this at bat. And the 1-2. Fastball just low and outside. The Wells dugout wanted that one. Now some noise from the Harrisburg dugout. And with 2 outs, the 2-2 pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike. Well, I guess there wasn't 2 strikes. As Haynes kicks and deals. Swung on and chopped foul down the first base line. So that likely would make it a 2-2 count. If by our count isn't wrong. So another chance for Haynes. 2 strikeouts to start the inning, and the 2-2. Fastball grounded to the first baseman Young, who throws on to first in time, tossing it to the pitcher Haynes, covering a 1-2-3 inning for Haynes. Finishes it off with the ground out. Nothing doing. No hits, no errors, no runs for Harrisburg. In the top of the 5th, we head to the bottom of the frame. They lead 3-0. 7-8-9 due up for the Express, who trail 3-0 to Harrisburg here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And it'll be Joe Horn, the right fielder, leading it off in the 5th for Wells in a big United East Conference game to start off the weekend. A check swing and the dirt. They'll say he did indeed go on the breaking ball, skipping in front of home plate. So it's 0-1 on Horn. Harrisburg receiving votes in the national poll. One of the top teams in the conference in the nation. Another breaking ball dropped in there for a called strike to Horn, who falls 0-2 to Fisher Druck, putting together an impressive performance so far. The 0-2 breaking ball just outside. Fisher, who entered today with a 2.61 ERA on the season, allowing only 4 hits for the Express. Is that one low for a ball? 4 strikeouts, walking 2, but allowing no runs through 4 innings. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and roped. That one, a nice play by the second baseman. Henn throws on to first in time. He was ranging to his left, went all the way into the outfield and shallow left field to make that play. An off-balance throw in time. And Horn is retired as Zach Young will dig in from the right side for the Express, entering today with a 10-20 record on the year. And the first pitch is a big swing and a miss on the fastball by Young. 30 games into the season, a 273 average as an offense for the Express, as the fastball swung on and missed by Young makes it 0-2. A 718 OPS as a team and 5.6 runs per game. That ranks 5th in the United East Conference. And the breaking ball, just getting a piece on it, is Young, flailing at it in the dirt. Just gets some metal on it. It trickles behind home plate. Still 0-2 to the 8-hitter in the Express lineup. Druck winds, deals. That one fouled back. Went with the breaking ball outside again. Tough pitch, but Young fouls it back. 275 average for Young. 418 slugging percentage entering today. And he started every game this year for the Express as he takes a breaking ball low and away that time. So the count goes 1-2. Druck, the over-the-head delivery, and the fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. It's K number 5 on the day for Fisher Druck. So there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th, as Nick Monet, the 9-hitter, will come up to the plate. Struck out looking in his first at-bat, and the fastball just outside makes it 1-0. Well, the New Jersey native. And another fastball away. Monet from Kenilworth, the freshman playing shortstop for Wells today. Doing a little bit of pitching as well. And that one fouled back out of play to make it 2-1. 8 games started for the Express on the season, splitting time with Legarreta at the shortstop position. And that one roped up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Out of the reach of the sliding shortstop, Henn. So a 2-out single for Wells. The 4th hit of the day for the Wells offense. Harrisburg's got 4 hits as well. They've got 3 runs to show for it, though. And now a runner on first in Monet for the top of the order in Max Odom. 1 for 2 with a single, breaking ball upstairs to the junior second baseman. Some nice plays at second base as well today. And the breaking ball swung on, foul back, and out of play makes it 1-1. Odom, a product of Elmira High School. About an hour south of Aurora. Pickoff attempt. Manet back with a dive at first. The team there, the athletic team's also named the Express. So from Elmira to Wells as another pickoff attempt, and Manet back with a dive yet again. So the 1-1 count on Odom. And the leadoff hitter and the breaking ball skied into deep left field. Going back in left field is Height. He looks up. Bye-bye baseball. It's a 2-run homer for Max Odom, his second of the year, to cut the deficit to 1 run. It's a 3-2 game. Wells trails now by only 1. It's RBIs 19 and 20 for Odom on the season as he takes the team RBI lead. He stomps on home plate as Maney comes in to score. The second homer hit in this game. That one to deep left. Just down the line, a celebration in the dugout. And it's now the tying run coming to the plate for the Express. This is twin brother Zach Odom, who takes a fastball outside. It's the 10th homer hit by this Wells team as a whole on the year, as it's now a 2-0 count on Odom. And the 2-0. Fastball. Just low for a ball, and it's 3-0. So after 2 quick outs on the ground out and strikeout, a single, a 2-run homer, and now a 3-0 count, and a walk to Zach Odom. So 3 straight base runners after the 4-pitch walk. And that'll provoke a mound visit by Ryan Brown. Going to talk to his wing. And Fisher been the ace of this team this year. That is actually the first collegiate home run that Fisher Druck has allowed. He had not allowed a single one through 38 innings on the mound in his freshman year of dominance. No action in the Harrisburg bullpen. Is some, however, on the Wells side. Their bullpen just over the right center field fence. As Jacoby James, the 3-hitter, digs in. 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout on the afternoon. Sun shining over the left field fence on a beautiful day here in western New York. 79 degrees in Aurora. And the first pitch to James is low for a ball. That's 5 straight balls following the 2-run homer. Druck, pickoff attempt back at first. And in with a dive is Zach Odom. Odom's got 12 stolen bases on the year. That's 12th. That's 9th in the conference, rather. As the 1-0 outside, and 6 straight balls thrown after the 2-run homer. Still no action. No one getting up yet in the Harrisburg bullpen. The 2-0. Breaking ball. In there for a called strike. So after 6 straight balls, Druck goes back to the breaking ball. Drops it in there. And it's 2-1 on James. Another pickoff attempt on what is now the tying run at first in Zach Odom. Following the walk. Big lead off of first, and a pickoff attempt, or stepping off the mound, staring down Odom, who almost broke, took a couple of violent steps towards second. And another pickoff attempt. He's back with a dive. And still a 2-1 count on James. It's probably been 45, 50 seconds between the last pitch. And now a quick pitch. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner. That was actually strike 3 as James goes down looking. One runner left on base, but not before 2 runs come home on the Max Odom 2-run homer to cut the deficit to 1. It's 3-2. Wells trails only by 1 now. And we return to the top of the 6th now. Jonathan Haynes' first pitch is a breaking ball low to the 4-hitter, Kevin Leonard. The 2-run homer in his first at-bat. 3-2 ball game. And the fastball low. It's 2-0. The 2-run homer for Max Odom in the bottom of the 5th, cutting the deficit to only 1. As 4 of the 5 runs scored in this ball game have come via the long ball. The 2-0 breaking ball dropped in there for a called strike. So it's a 2-1 count now on the leading hitter in this Harrisburg lineup in Leonard. Breaking ball swung on a rope down the left field line. Fair ball. That one will bounce off the wall in the left field corner. McLean throws it in. Play at second base. Sliding in safely with the double for his second hit of the game is Kevin Leonard to lead it off in the 6th. Bouncing just fair to the right of the chalk. Down the left field line. And McLean taking it off the wall just to the right of the foul pole. So the runner on second base for Maddox Ryan, who's got 2 hits, both singles, and a run scored on the day. Looking for some insurance after the Odom 2-run bomb, and the first pitch to Ryan is in there for a called strike on the outside corner. Ryan, a .462 average entering today. That's 19th in the nation. A 1.171 OPS on the year. Fastball just outside. So the count goes 1-1. Haynes been pretty impressive with 4 strikeouts through 5 innings. And that was only the 5th hit he's allowed by Leonard. And the pitch in there for a called strike. So it goes 1-2 on the 5-hitter of the Nittany Lions. 24-7 record entering today. At the top of the United East Conference in the standings. And the 1-2. Foul back. So staying alive is Ryan. He's got 27 RBIs on the season. Looking to add to that number here. Haynes, the 1-2. Swung on a rope down the left field line. Foul. Another good job staying alive That one right over the Harrisburg dugout. Back in the left-handed batter's box. Haynes gives a nod to Izquierdo. Checks the runner. Leonard at second. Comes home, and the breaking ball is swung on a rope. Deep left field. Going back is McLean, and that one will drop foul and bounce out of play. Well struck to the opposite field. Just to the left and foul. Bounces into the parking lot here at the Wells Athletic Complex. And the count stays 1-2. 4 straight foul balls from Ryan. He's put up a fight. Haynes comes set. Checks Leonard. Comes home. The 1-2. It's a fastball well upstairs. Izquierdo jumping up from his squat, reaching up to prevent that one from going to the backstop. So Haynes comes set. Checks the runner. Count even at 2. And the offering. Fastball swung on and fouled back. Staying alive continuously is Maddox Ryan, extending the pitch count of Haynes, which was at 86 entering this at-bat. Haynes taking his time. Checks the runner. 2-2 offering. Breaking ball swung on and roped into left field for a base hit. That'll get down. Getting the wave from third. Coming home is Leonard. Play it to plate. It's cut off by Phillips. And an RBI single for Maddox Ryan extends the lead for Harrisburg. It's 4-2 here in the 6th. The third hit of the day for Maddox Ryan. The second run scored for Leonard. It's the 28th RBI of the year for Maddox Ryan, 5th on the Harrisburg team. And it appears that will be the end of the travels for Jonathan Haynes, as a slow walk out to the mound by Coach Stevens has not made the signal yet, as he meets with his entire infield as well as Haynes. That was a 9-pitch at-bat. So now 95 pitches on the ledger of Haynes. But he's staying in this ball game. A pat on the back from Coach Stevens, who works his way back to the dugout. And with no outs, and now a runner on first, down by 2 runs, Coach Stevens keeping his faith in the hands of Jonathan Haynes. Who had 95 pitches. Now faces the 6-hitter, Irizarry. One for 2 on the day with a single in his last at-bat, and the breaking ball in there for a called strike makes it 0-1. Haynes checks on Ryan, who's got speed over at first, comes home, breaking ball inside. As Irizarry ducking out of the way of that one. So back-to-back hits, the double, the single, a run scored, have made this a 4-2 game in the 6th. Pickoff attempt back with a dive. Over at first is Maddox Ryan, who's been the staple of the Harrisburg offense today with 3 hits, scoring 1 run, an RBI on his ledger as well. And the pitch, fastball inside, makes it 2-1. Or that hit him. I guess that did get a piece of him. 2 pitches that ran inside. So Irizarry's hit by the pitch. The first hit batsman of the day. And the 4th free 90 allowed by Jonathan Haynes. So runners on first and second now. And a pitch count of 98 for Haynes, who will face Waltemeyer, the 7-hitter with no outs and runners off of first and second. Waltemeyer shows bunts, fastball upstairs, but he pulls back. So it's 1-0. Second time Waltemeyer is trying to lay down a bunt. His first at-bat that he did on a few straight pitches ended with a sac fly, bringing Ryan home, who's off second. And the 1-0. Shows bunt again. That one bunted high and foul behind the third base dugout. So a 1-1 count. He bunted, or attempted to bunt on 4 straight pitches last at-bat, but stopped bunting after Ryan stole third. A double steal, actually, with Bechtold, or rather with Ryan and Irizarry, who are both off first and second now. A step off and a leg lift towards second base, but doesn't throw it. Manet covering at second, just behind the runner. Ryan. A long pause, the 1-1. Shows bunt, bunts it down the third base line and foul, so the count goes 1-2. So a long at-bat, only 3 pitches in. A few long pauses, a few pickoff attempts by Haynes. Still action in the Wells bullpen. Nothing on the Harrisburg side. As Haynes. A double play would be the best friend here. The 1-2 pitch. Low and in. Makes it 2-2. And Waltemeyer's at bat continues. Harrisburg looking to add some insurance here with runners on first and second. The 2-2. It's a fastball low, and that gets away from Izquierdo and goes all the way to the backstop. So the runners move up. And now 2 runners in scoring position and a full count for Waltemeyer just like that. Goes as a pass ball on Izquierdo. And the infield comes in for the Express with no outs. The 8th pitch of the at-bat, 2-2. Swung on and grounded up the middle, a base hit. Scoring easily is Lehner. Ryan around third, he'll score. It's a 2-run double off the bat of Blaine Waltemeyer to extend the lead. It's now 6-2. Wells trails Harrisburg, and Coach Stevens now will take the walk out to the mound. And the day is done for Jonathan Haynes. 104 pitches, still responsible for the runner on first base. At this point, he's allowed 6 runs, all earned on 7 hits. And it will be a new arm for Wells. We'll tell you who it is and see if he can escape it unscathed when we return here at the top of the 6th. So Jonathan Haynes faces 4 batters in the top of the 6th. He's unable to record an out. A double, single hit by pitch, 2-run double, 3 runs have scored, still no outs. And in to try and clean up the mess is Zach Cronk. Cronk making his 13th appearance out of the bullpen of the season, and he's got a runner on first. It's Waltemeyer after his 2-run single. The first pitch, runner goes, thrown out at second, not in time. So Waltemeyer, after the 2-run single, swipes second base easily. Ahead of the throw by Izquierdo. Monet wasn't able to corral it at second base anyway. And another stolen base on the day for a Harrisburg team. We mentioned coming into this one, they love to run. Yes, they do. That's the 6th stolen base of the day. And a 1-0 count on Bechtold, who bunts, and that one is fouled back. Bechtold 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout and a walk. Now a 1-1 count. And actually off on that play was Waltemeyer. Rather 0-2 the count, as he did offer it the first one as well. Wasn't able to get the bunt down. And the 0-2. Fastball swung on, grounded. Monet, the shortstop, behind the second base bag, onto first and in time. Moving up a stop to third base is Waltemeyer, but that's the first out. And signs of continued life for Wells after Haynes was not able to retire the first 4 batters he faced in this inning. So Lucas Floyd digs in with a runner 90 feet away and a 4-run lead for Harrisburg. First pitch, breaking ball, skied into left field. Coming in on it is McLean, and runner will tag. Throw to the plate, and it will be in time. The outfield assist from left field showing off the cannon is McLean, and a double play as thrown out at home plate was Waltemeyer. So the side is retired, inning over after the play, and the double play to get them out of this inning. Haynes' book is officially closed as we will head to the bottom of the 6th. 4 hits, 3 runs across for Harrisburg. In the top of the 6th, we'll head to the bottom of the frame. They now lead by 4. Three runs come across for Harrisburg in the top of the 6th inning. 2 of them coming home on the 2-run single by Blaine Waltemeyer. 1 on the RBI single by Maddox Ryan. And it's a 6-2 game as 4-5-6 due up for the Express. In the first pitch to Izquierdo was swung on, and a ground ball line drive up the middle. It's snagged behind second base by the second baseman Penn, but no throw. An impressive attempt as he dove behind second base. A great play preventing that ball from going into center field. But regardless, it's an infield single for Aaron Izquierdo. That's his second hit of the day. as Lance Phillips will dig in with a runner on first. Now a 4-run deficit for Wells after the 3 runs coming across in the top of the frame. And the first pitch in there for a called strike out of the hand of Fisher Druck, who's continued his dominance on the mound, allowing 2 runs but 6 strikeouts as a pickoff attempt, and Izquierdo's back standing up. Only 6 hits allowed by Druck, who gives a stare down to Izquierdo, who's got 9 stolen bases on the season, and a breaking ball in there for a called strike. It's now 0-2 on Phillips. Struck out looking in his last at-bat. Izquierdo was caught stealing when he got on after his single in the 4th. Fastball just outside for a ball. Now makes it 1-2 on Phillips, the freshman third baseman, with a .346 average on the season entering today. Another pickoff attempt. Izquierdo back safely yet again. Throwing out a runner on the bases. Being thrown out on the bases. Both ends of the coin for Izquierdo today as the breaking ball outside. Makes it 2-2. Phillips holds off on the swing. So even at 2. As Druck checks Izquierdo at first. Comes home. Breaking ball. Swung on. Rope down the left field line. Well foul. But well struck off the bat of Phillips. Off the left field wall in foul territory. And the fencing. For the first time today, action in the Harrisburg bullpen. And the 2-2 to Phillips. Roped into deep right field and foul. So 2 hard hit foul balls, both down the left and right field line, and it's still a 2-2 count on Phillips. Izquierdo off of first, and the 2-2 swung on and grounded sharply to the shortstop Irizarry. On to second for 1, on to first in time. The 6-4-3 double play, and just like that, the leadoff single in the 6th is erased by the pitcher's best friend. 2 outs for Chris McLean, who digs in with 2 outs, hit by a pitch and struck out so far in today's ball game. 4 more outs as this is a 7-inning game 1 of the doubleheader and the first 2 games of the 3-game series between the Express and the Nittany Lions. Breaking ball low and away. It's 1-0. Pitch to McLean. It's a fastball. Catches the outside corner. Makes it 1-1. It's 6-2. Wells leads. Trying to tack some on late here, as it's a 2-1 count now on McLean. 3 runs in the top of the 6th for the Nittany Lions. And the pitch. Breaking ball. Dropped in there for a called strike. Ducking out of the way of the breaking ball was McLean. And it's now 2-2. 2-2. Fastball low and away. So the count is full. 6 strikeouts already. And only 2 runs allowed for Druck. 3-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled behind home plate. And the payoff pitch yet again. Breaking ball swung on and missed, strike 3. McLean goes down swinging. It's the 7th strikeout of the afternoon for Fisher Druck, who heads back to the dugout with a 6-2 lead. Harrisburg leads by 4 runs as we head to the top of the 7th. The final inning of this 7-inning game 1 of the doubleheader here from Wells, who trails by 4. back in the top of the 7th, and back out onto the mound for Wells is Zach Cronk. After getting out of a sticky jam unscathed, breaking ball away to the top of the order, and Dallas Height makes it a 1-0 count. Height 0 for 2 with a walk and a stolen base in this one. As it's now 2-0 after that one outside from Cronk, who came in with a runner on first base and no outs, and a swing and a miss. And getting out of the jam, or rather finishing with a runner on third, so stranding the runner 90 feet away with no outs, getting a ground ball and then a double play with some help from McLean in the outfield. After Floyd lined one to left field in McLean, as the pitch swung on and roped down the right field line, going back in right field is Horn, and that one will be foul, just foul, to the right of the yellow pole. And a 2-2 count now on Height. Cronk deals. That one smoked. Deep left field. Going back on the track is McLean, and he's not going to get there. Or he will get there, rather. Crashing into the fence. A little bit of a blind spot from the press box. Looked like he wasn't going to get it, but he makes the play in deep left field, the deepest part of this ballpark in the gap. And there's one out. Showing bunt, bunting it foul behind the plate is Brendan Henn. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Very uncharacteristic from Henn, who enters today with a .347 average. And the 0-1 pitch to Henn. Swung on and roped down the right field line, rather, and foul. So it's 0-2. And the pitch from Cronk. Breaking ball, swung on and grounded up the middle, a base hit. So a 1-out single for Harrisburg, as Matt Parks will dig in. Parks also hitless on the day. It's uncharacteristic for him as well. He's hitting .327. Walked and stole a base in his first at-bat. And then a fly out and a ground out so far in this one for the left-handed slugger. Pickoff attempt, back with a dive at first is Henn. Another player for Penn State who loves to run. 13 stolen bases on the season for Henn, who's on for the first time today. And the first pitch to Parks is a fastball outside. So it's 1-0 on Parks. 32 RBI on the year, with a runner on first and a 4-run lead for the Nittany Lions as a breaking ball outside. Makes it 2-0. A .327 average for Parks, .473 OBP, as Cronk comes set, checks the runner, comes home. It's in there for a called strike. So a 2-1 count now, and Cronk winds, deals. Fastball in there. Rather, it is a 3-1 count, as the pitch before the last one was just inside. So the 3-1. Breaking ball. That went in there for a called strike on the outside corner. Tough to tell in the center field press box. About 400 feet away to dead center. And the 3-2. Swung and roped up the middle. Giving chase is Odom. He dives. He can't get there in center field. It'll roll all the way to the wall. Getting the wave at third is Henn. He's rounding third. He'll score easily. Standing up at third base with the RBI stand-up triple is Matt Parks to extend the lead to 7-2 Harrisburg. It's his first hit of the day. it's now a 7-2 ball game. With a runner 90 feet away for Lennon, who skies one down the right field line and foul. Lennon, a 2-run homer and a double on the day. He's scored 2 runs for the Nittany Lions as that one skied foul again down the right field line over the Wells dugout, and it's an 0-2 count. Only time Leonard's been retired was on a deep fly ball to center field in his second at-bat. And the 0-2 by Kronk, breaking ball low. Bouncing off home plate, blocked by Izquierdo to keep Parks at third. And now a 1-2 count on Leonard with a runner 90 feet away for Harrisburg. The 1-2 swings and misses at the outside, breaking ball, strike 3. It's the first strikeout for Kronk since he's come into this ball game, and the first time Leonard has gone down on strikes today, as it will be a mound meeting as Coach Stevens makes his way out to the mound, and he'll take the ball from Zach Kronk. With a runner on third, he's still responsible, but able to get out of a jam, allows a run in the 7th, and we'll see who the new pitcher will be when we come back here in the top of the 7th. 7-2, Harrisburg leads. It's the southpaw from Mississauga, Canada, Connor Carr Matthews, taking over for Zach Kronk, who strands a runner on third base with 2 outs here in the 7th. And the first pitch is chopped to the first baseman, Young, who picks it up, steps on first. Well, before he can even introduce himself, Carr Matthews gets out of the jam, strands the runner on third base to close the ledger on Kronk. Side retired, but not before. 1 run comes in for Harrisburg to make this a 7-2 ball game on the RBI triple from Matt Parks. It's 7-2 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Last licks for the Wells Express, as they'll need 5 runs to tie up this ball game. And we're back in the bottom of the 7th of this 7-inning game in Game 1 of the 3-game series between Harrisburg and Wells. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Game 2 will be 9 innings, but per conference rule, one of the 2 games of the doubleheaders must be 7. It'll be the first, and we will have a pinch hitter for Wells coming on to face a new pitcher. It's Kevin Maiolo, listed at 6'2", 230. The senior right-hander from Monroe Township, New Jersey. 7 innings so far in 7 appearances for Harrisburg this season. He's allowed 8 runs, struck out 10. And the pinch hitter will be John Valinati. A .258 average for Valinati. 16 hits and 62 at-bats in the first pitch he sees. Is in there for a called strike on the outside corner from Maiolo. Maiolo pitched in 15 games, 18 2/3 innings for Harrisburg last year. As the 0-1 from the right-hander is a fastball in there for a called strike on the outside corner. So it's 0-2 on Valinati. A 3.86 ERA last year for Maiolo. And the 0-2. Fastball up and away. Makes the count 1-2 on Valinati. The sophomore from Babylon, New York. And the righty-righty matchup. And the 1-2. Breaking ball in there, called strike 3 on the outside corner. Now 2 outs away from victory is Harrisburg. And Zach Young will dig in for the Express. The final line for Fisher Druck, by the way, 6 innings, 2 runs, 6 hits, with 7 strikeouts, lowering his ERA to 3 on the year. And the first pitch to Young, waves and misses at the fastball. Druck, the only real blemish, the 2-run homer allowed to Odom. Fastball up and away. Makes it 1-1. Odom, the 2-run bomb to left field. Back in the 5th inning, putting Wells on the board. The only 2 runs they've scored to this point. That one chopped foul down the left field line. Next to the third base coach's box. Trickles on the line. So 1-2 on Young. Fastball swung on, fouled back. He stays alive. A long pause by Maiolo. The 1-2. Breaking ball chopped to the shortstop. Irizarry throws on to first from behind the second base bag in time. And down to their final out is Wells, down by 5, 7-2. As James Camacho will dig in, 4 for 15 on the season. He's appeared in 13 games, yet to make a start. And he digs in now for the first time today and fouls the first pitch he sees back. Getting the pinch hit at bat, representing the final out potentially of this game. Down by 5 are the Express with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. The breaking ball dropped in there for a called strike as he gets crossed up, totally turning his back to the pitcher's mound on the breaking ball, ducking out of the way. And the 0-2. Breaking ball upstairs. Down to his final strike. Maiolo looks in, gives the nod. And the 1-2. Fastball just outside, and it's 2-2. Some excitement from the Harrisburg dugout on a borderline pitch. But it's a 2-2 count now on Camacho. Wells down to their final strike, and the pitch from Maiolo. Breaking ball just low and away. A check swing didn't go. Another pitch right on the black. But he stays alive. And it's now a 3-2 count. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. The payoff pitch. Fastball. Checked his swing. Yes, he did. It's strike 3. The second strikeout of the inning. And Maiolo comes in, locks it down in the 7th. And that will do it for Game 1 of the doubleheader. A 7-2 win for the Penn State Harrisburg Nittany Lions, who advanced to 25-7 on the year. 15-1 in conference play. Wells, they fall to 10-21 on the year. And 4-12 in conference play. And the next game will begin approximately half an hour. It will be a 9-inning game between the Express and Nittany Lions. Thank you for tuning in for Game 1. Signing off from Eli Fishman. Make sure to come back for Game 2. Should be another big battle between two United East Conference rivals. Make sure to keep it right here on Wells Athletics. Thank you for listening, and we hope to see you shortly.